Again, spent a lot of time talking to teachers. Teachers are not against a pay-for-performance compensation model. They're not. In fact, great teachers actually like the idea. Good teachers like the idea. But the problem is that today, in the way that it's been presented and the way that it's been pitched, it's been done without teacher involvement, and it's been done in a way that teachers view it as being punitive, not rewarding. And so that's a big part of the problem why we haven't made any progress down that path so far. As to who should be engaged and involved, students should be involved. Students should have some say in how their teachers teach and what they get and how well they are. I think parents should have some input. Teachers should have some input of their own in determining, you know what, here's who I am, here's what I do well, here's what I need to become better at. That will also help us to develop our professional development paths so that we're giving our teachers the kind of training and educational knowledge and professional development that they want and that they need. And then principals should be involved and parents should be involved. And so I think the more you're able to get a cross-section and the wider range of people that are evaluating, the more you take out the outliers, and you get a much better picture of accurately what the teacher is, how well they perform, etc.
So should student achievement be part of that?
Oh, certainly. Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, one of the things that I talk to teachers about, and they say, well, you know, within a grade level at a school, not every classroom is identical, and so teacher A may have a class that's heavy on gifted kids, and teacher Z may have a class that's heavily weighted toward kids that are on the low average side of the scale. And one of the things that teachers worry about is that it's going to be where your kids come out is what matters and what you're judged on. I think a better approach is to say we need to grow our kids, and that the growth of the child is a factor in determining how you're compensated.
So how do you measure that growth of a child in social studies without giving a social studies test? What alternatives would you use? Because like in a high school, kids have different teachers all through the day. In middle schools, kids have different teachers.
Yeah, I'm big on practical application of knowledge. I think it's okay to be able to spit back what you've memorized, but I think what's really important, because the real world requires it, is to take your knowledge and to apply it to solve a problem. And that's hard to test, and I don't have all the answers. I will tell you right now, I don't have every answer to every problem. I have some kind of guidelines that guide me, but I think, again, it's a community issue that we have to solve. And we need to bring together people from lots of backgrounds to help have input and guide this discussion down the road. I have my own ideas for sure. Doesn't mean I'm always right or that I have all the answers. But I think we need to take into account that concept of practical application and how that works. So, for example, currently I work for a little software company up in Mooresville, and we teach financial literacy. We pre-test and post-test in a very kind of standardized manner. But the whole program that we do is all built around applying in a practical manner the things that you have to do to become literate in personal finance. We did a pilot program with CMS last fall. 60 days, we took 300 kids at Olympic High School, and the average pre-test score was 36, the average post-test score was almost 69. We had 88% improvement in test scores in just 60 days. But not because it was about lecture, lecture, lecture. It's a web-based computer program where the kids actually have to practically apply theory. And what we find is that that really solidifies and gels that learning within the mind of the child.